Hello, welcome to Lifted Veil Tarot. This is a general zodiac reading for Gemini for the upcoming month of June. Let's start with your oracle card. I think this is the one. Okay. Our witch card. We have two. What is our animal energy for June? Okay. They're popping out pretty quick. And a rune. Ooh, we have two. Maybe we're putting together a spell. Okay. Let's start with our oracle card. The lovers love each other. Beautiful sentiment to start out with for June. Okay. And our witch cards, protection. This is my house, stained by the very blood flowing through its walls, covered in a veil of delicious prayers, yet deadly to those who dare lift its hidden. Protection. Okay. Witch. Grab hold, allow the dwelling fire within belly awaken all that is. A mere glimpse, a delicate pull at the very roots living in the alchemy of self. And our animal energy. Rabbit. Oh, interesting. I think we're going to put the rabbit here. And our first rune is Dagaz. Dawn symbolizes awakening, certainty, illumination, completion, and hope. And our second, Wunjo, joy, symbolizes pleasure, comfort, harmony, prosperity, reward, and success. Okay, lovely. Gemini, it looks like in June we'll be dealing with attending to a relationship. It does not have to be your partner, but it is a relationship that seems to have been neglected. And what I'm seeing is that there's a lot of fear tied up with the situation. The rabbit is constantly darting around, worried about whether or not something is going to swoop in and eat it. So it's often very hyperactive and looking for doom. So what we're seeing here in the cards is this reassurance that you are protected. There is this idea with Dagaz that things can change very quickly. You know, it's like turning a coin. It's day to night, that very, very quickly something can change. And what I'm seeing is that there's, I think, something coming up that is maybe when it happens, it's going to be intimidating. And you're being asked with Wunjo to keep an open mind about it, and to remember that you have the ability to manifest and create what you need to, but you will be needing to attend to this neglected relationship, but changing your outlook first. So let's get some tarot cards and start looking a little bit more into this. The Hierophant in reverse. Four of Swords in reverse. Four of Coins in reverse. The Ten of Swords. And the Seven of Coins. Gemini, I'm seeing a clear warning here. With the Hierophant in reverse, this idea of kind of almost not just bucking trends, but sort of a recklessness when we look at it in combination with the Four of Swords and the Four of Coins in reverse. Even though the Four of Swords in reverse, we would sense a healing. What I'm seeing here is almost the idea that in the attempt to regain some sense of power, if you look at this card, you know, this wolf is tied up, and so these feelings of being bound and wanting to break free of them, I mean, that's a noble idea of wanting to be free, but it seems to be coming along with this recklessness that's really has the potential for bringing some real emotional hurt and destruction, which is this idea that with the Seven of Coins in reverse, that we're not really tending to the things that need to be tended to with this relationship. So what I'm seeing is that you're going to need to be very conscious about your choices and your behaviors when it comes to this relationship. Let's look at some advice cards. Gemini, how are we going to heal this relationship? Okay. What needs to be our focus? The High Priestess in reverse. So what I'm seeing here is, if you look at this card, she's really studying and looking at these at these books and items, but she's also cautious and looking over her shoulder. In reverse with this High Priestess, this unknown and inability to bridge the gap between the knowledge and our actions. So taking the time to investigate what is going on, why we think that there's this doom coming. Is it just because because we're so hyper focused on the idea of doom, or is there really a problem that needs to be addressed? And if this fear of doom is the reason that we're neglecting this relationship. The Hermit. So definitely it's time to really reflect and figure out why you have not been paying attention to this or putting the type of effort into this that needs to be put into it. The Empress. Always, when we're trying to investigate whether or not there's something that we can be doing differently, it's important to continue with the same type of compassion for yourself if you find something that needs to be addressed. So I'm seeing that you definitely, you may be a little surprised when you start to investigate this, and it's a reminder to be compassionate and merciful for yourself. The Tower. Okay, so it's time to make a change. With the idea of this relationship that needs to have more attention, we may need to allow other things to kind of pass through or pass out of our, not necessarily out of our lives completely, but the amount of time we spend on these other things may need to adjust. Temperance. So Gemini, trust in the process of self-evaluation when you're looking at why you may have been not giving as much to this relationship as you could be. And when you become, when you hit those walls because you're afraid of maybe admitting that, so for example, you may be in a relationship where the other person who has, maybe they've done something in the past that really hurt you, and you have not completely let that go. And so there's this fear that it's going to somehow happen again. And because of it, you're sort of withholding a little bit. But with this witch, it's really time to take all that magic within you to create a beautiful relationship, and know that you are protected from these hurts, and trust the process of it. Okay, there will be change that happens from this, and you may have to let go of certain ideas. But if we're going to avoid this sort of really, I mean, it feels like this relationship is right on the brink of having kind of a catastrophic end. But it's almost as though you've manifested that end from your own fears. And in order to heal this, you'll need to put in the vulnerability required to be open with this person. All right, Gemini, this is what I see for you for the month of June. Is a time to really pay attention to your relationships and how much energy you're putting into them, and whether or not you are sabotaging them. So Gemini, I wish you all the best. Please like and subscribe, and we will see you in the next read. Bye.